Squash XL Pro is an elite team that work hard to train, play and run squash events on our journey to climb the world rankings. Like, subscribe, comment, pick up some of our merch on Teespring.
Well, we've had one semi-final, one women's semi-final that is completed, and that was Emma Miller coming through in straight games over Natalie Sayes. And this second semi-final, it'll be who is going to take on Emma Miller for the title at 1:15 tomorrow. And as it's quite a lengthy rally. Oh, just not been able to chip under that one. And let's now see Kaitlyn Watts against Abbie Palmer. Oh, is that a very loud 10? Very, very loud. These two haven't played for a little while because Kaitlyn has been out of the game for right about 18 months. We know that Kaitlyn is going to run everything down, probably dive for the odd ball here and there as well. But that jammed hard up against the wall. It's a tough one. And there's certainly been big crowds in today, during the day. Yeah, that was always going to be tight. In fact, there's quite a big crowd on the second court at the moment, watching Sophie Hodges against Tracy Kimball. There's a couple of local players. I'm sure they'll be coming in for the men's semi-finals as well, particularly the second semi-final where you have Tenwa Chalisi against Lawamba Chalisi. Be good to watch and see how Tenwa has recovered from his 5-gamer that he had earlier today. Yeah, nice shot. He worked that point very well. Cross-court backhand. Plenty of pace on it as well. Oh, great change of direction from the left-hander. And Abbie Palmer able to do very well. Oh, nice post. There's a post way down the court, that one in particular. And of course people, oh, there you go, that was assertive. And of course people can leave a comment if they wish about who they think might win this match or any other matches coming up. Oh, that touched the line, didn't it? And when you get a ball coming through like that, and whether it touches the line or not, it's tough to tell. Players weren't too concerned, and again, just like Emma Miller, Abbie Palmer doesn't really get upset on court. Well, it was a good start from Kaitlyn Watts, but Abbie Palmer has come back nicely. So it's a matter of now Kaitlyn is finding her own rhythm. Not quite a 7-all. So Watts now has to find her own rhythm. Just build her way back in. Ooh. Well, it's certainly got a little bit cooler outside, so the ball's not going to be coming off the walls as quick as it was during the middle of the day. That's the Kaitlyn we know, throwing herself around the court. Good depth. So if the players can hit with that depth, they're going to have their opponents in trouble. And at the moment, point for point. Let's see what she can do with this one, Kaitlyn Watts. Can she get that depth? Good play. Jamming it hard up against the wall, giving Palmer no space at all to actually come through and hit that one. Well, that's a great response. So it has been point in these last few rallies. Oh, that was unorthodox. And into the 10. Yep, that. I think a few players do need to be careful not playing the ball and just expecting a let to be given. We've had a couple of occasions where the officials have said, no, don't just expect it. Ooh, I don't know how she picked that up. Well, that was there to be won. So we continue. It's a nice high serve. See the ball dying there in that corner. Oh, good play. Yeah, got into a good position and just taking that one across the court. That's it, jamming it in the back of the court, hitting the wall, dying a little bit, and the first game. And that goes to Kaitlyn Watts. And Abbie Palmer back on court there in the red, the left-hander against Kaitlyn Watts, the 20-year-old. And yes, we've got the door shut. We're ready. Certainly Lydia Ko. I'll just talk about Lydia Ko. Well, it's not a golf course. Certainly Kaitlyn Watts has come back strong from her time off from the court and time away from the court. She did well firstly at Whakatane, then won at the Challenger tournament at Royal Oak, and is now in the semi-finals here and one game up against Abbie Palmer. Good point there from Abbie. Kaitlyn Watts really trying to hammer that backhand wall, where we've seen the ball die quite a lot. It's been successful for her. Doesn't mind lifting the ball. Oh, good play. Yeah, that's well executed point. Was able to have Palmer on the back foot, even though she was able to volley one shot, but in the end, Watts anticipated well and played a good point. So handy lead now for Watts. Got that 5-2 lead, that 3-point buffer. See what she can do with it here. Oh, sounded as though she mistimed that completely, but almost came off for Abbie Palmer. In the end, we have Watts taking the 6-2 lead. That was a better point from Palmer. Well, just a couple of errors creeping in there to Kaitlyn Watts, and she's let Palmer come one back. Oh, service error. Ah! Oh, that's the one you hate to do, and it's the one that Kaitlyn Watts would say thank you very much, because she'd just have a couple of points go against her. That's better. Yeah, nice depth. You hit with that sort of depth, it's going to be hard no matter what, even if you do get to the ball. Gee, that was a top shot just above the tin. Not seeing a great rhythm from either player just yet. We'll see what we can do. And see what you can see. Kaitlyn Watts getting straight back into position. And Watts is steamed ahead. A couple more points again. Oh, there's... Yeah, we've had a couple of those. We had a service error, then one straight into the tin then. It certainly hasn't helped Abbie Palmer. And in the meantime gives Kaitlyn Watts a game point. Yeah, good play. She was in good position and able to drive through the ball here. And Kaitlyn Watts back on the court very quickly, only a short rest. She is up by 2 games to love, of course. It certainly helps against Abbie Palmer. And it's been a quick time on the court as well. Just 18 minutes so far. Seeing good anticipation by Kaitlyn Watts. She's able to move into position straight away. Certainly thinks she knows where the ball's going and does it very well. really having trouble, Palmer, with the perseverance of Watts, and just how she's able to chase everything down. Oh, one of those shots right on the back wall, tending to die. Feel free to send anything through if you're happy to say who's going to win between Wills Donnelly and Evan Williams, or between the Chalisi brothers, Temwa and Lawamba. They are the two men's semi-finals coming up. Good play. Yeah, really controlled performance and quite patient for Kaitlyn Watts. When you see a shot like that, worked yourself into a good position. Let's now see what Watts can do with this serve. Oh, yeah, well that's saying don't give me a serve there unless you want it to be hit away. Unusual for Abbie Palmer to even question any shot, but she wouldn't be doing it. She's one of those players who just gets on with the game. So a little fight back from Kaitlyn Watts equals the score. She gets that depth, and she's in with a very good chance because of the ball just staying low. That's better recovery. Yeah, good play. Held onto the ball, able to come underneath it as the left-hander, take the pace off and drop it short. Then we see that sort of mistake. So it's been a little bit inconsistent for both players at the moment. Shooting. And again, we've gone from winner, mistake, winner. Slice on that shot made it awkward. Such a angle as well, and then the slice on it. It's always going to be tough for Kaitlyn Watts to return that one. And certainly the crowd building up again. A couple of matches on the outer courts have been completed. And that's just typical at the moment because we're seeing fantastic shot mixed with, I wouldn't call it rubbish, but I'm sure Abbie Palmer would he wanted to call it something like that. Oh. So it really has been a mixed bag so far. pickup. Good use of the lob, the lift. Both players. And then the error. And so well done for Kaitlyn. Watch, she's fought back nicely in this, the third for the match ball. Watts has worked his way back into this point. She was in trouble for a while, and there we go, that is it. There's the ball played hard down the wall, and successful making it through to the final. Her second Challenger PSA final. So well done there to Kaitlyn Watts in straight games over Abbie PALMER.